जी की जय, भारत माता की जय। भारत माता की जय, भारत माता की जय।
Have Nagendra Chindam address the audience first. I'll pass the mic to Nag.
Basically, we have been waiting for this day for over years. Like, we did London March, we did demonstrations, we did written letters. Ultimately, it took the best shape when we approached the Honorable Supreme Court of India. And today we are very proud to say that I was just reading the article in Tribune by a former Chief Election Commissioner. He wrote that there was a policy in Supreme Court, it wouldn't accept any election issues particularly related to the Indian expats. It's because it's a challenge to the Indian government because we have more number of Indian expats living abroad than any smaller nations in the world. So it's a biggest challenge. It could be a threat to democracy. India is the strongest democracy, as everyone knows. We've sustained our democracy for over 60 years after independence, except a couple of years during emergency period. Otherwise, our democracy is such a strong. Election Commission, Supreme Court, all the administration part of India do not want to take a risk when it is matter related to democracy. He wrote the article and I was surprised why our petition was accepted in Supreme Court when the policy was itself saying they do not wanted to accept any kind of bill like this. But our approach was like, we did not directly approach Supreme Court straight away. We did some groundwork, we gathered the support around the world, we did a demonstration. In spite it's a working day, around 20 to 25 people turned out in London, and we raised a point. The important point we raised at the demonstration is like, the important point we have raised in the demonstration is like, if Gandhiji, Dr. Bhimrao Ambedkar and Swami Vivekananda, if they were alive in a democratic India, they potentially would have missed the opportunity to vote. So that's the main point we raised in our first demonstration. We waited for 2 months to get a reply from Government of India. Unfortunately, we haven't heard anything from them. Then we planned a march. We marched from Gandhi statue here and to Nehru statue at High Commission of India building. The importance of march is like, even though it was a Saturday like this, 50 plus people turned out, including Lalubhai ji, who is more than 70 years old. He walked with us from here to High Commissioner office, and we've again raised the important point, like, even though citizens staying abroad, its important principle is at stake, because equal fundamental voting rights should be provided to everyone. So after 2 months we approached the Supreme Court, and our first success came in when Honorable Chief Justice issued a notice to Government of India. That was a huge celebration because there was a policy itself. We overcome that policy and Supreme Court has accepted. Then the system started moving. Eventually, Election Commission has appointed a 12-member committee which has prepared 50-page report how other democratic countries are implementing. So we spent so much efforts in collecting these artifacts. We prepared about 100-page artifacts how other countries are implementing, and we provided our own options. Ultimately, Election Commission gave an e-postal ballot option as a way forward to this. So with the recent January 2015 and our mission come to the conclusion, like, government has accepted in letter and spirit that they are going to implement this, and Honorable Supreme Court said do this within 8 weeks. So it's a huge, and how it is huge in the sense like there are 11 million NRIs worldwide, and the number is not short. Tomorrow there are 543 constituencies in Indian Parliament. So if the number will be coming around 18 to 20,000 votes per MP constituencies. There are certain instances where MP has won by 5,000, 10,000 majorities in India. So these votes going to play a significant role in next Indian elections. And it was not easy. Like when we have started, when we tried to explain the people, some looked at it like these are the ordinary guys, ordinary team. No one expected this could be achieved. And some even looked at like these are the emotional jokers who are too much concerned about this and that. But we have, with God's grace and with the support of core members of Pravasi Bharat, every core member of Pravasi Bharat as an unsung hero. They kept me in front, but actual work like Sujan, Amit, Aarti, Hari, there are many names. I might have forgot some because it's cold weather. So there are many names. The people of Pravasi Bharat exclusively like, when I asked Gagan to just before coming, we'll clean something here. He'll just come before and just clean. So when I asked him to do some documentation, they will do. So we have such a core team of 10 to 15 people which have achieved the postal ballot, e-postal ballot of 10 million people. And it is very significant for us. And as my friend Raj quoted once, like when he was congratulated me, he said, if you do not do any bigger thing than this, I don't think you will do. This is the biggest of all. And I think I agree with him. I may not do something bigger than this. If I do, or if we do, if Pravasi Bharat does, it's great. But the significant thing we have achieved, I think we are thankful to everyone who supported us around the world. Especially I took my family life when doing this kind of events. I leave my wife and children alone, and today I've specially invited them. They are standing with us here. So thankful to my wife as well for allowing us to do all these things. Actually,
A little bit louder applause, guys.
No, when I say Pravasi Bharat is my baby, my wife is say it is more than your baby because I don't bother about my birthday of my children, but we bother more about our event. That's what with every core member of the Pravasi Bharat. So what I wanted to tell a couple of points and I conclude it. What actually Pravasi Bharat is? What important of Pravasi Bharat is? We made it in such a way that we include every culture, every language of India. We wanted to reflect the beautiness of India, which is multicultural, diversified India. So we have a Bengali, we have a Marathi, we have a Teluguite. So that's what the Pravasi Bharat is about. And another beauty of Pravasi Bharat is like we are fighting for a voting, which is pretty much related to the political ideology. But when we were fighting for the fundamental right, we have included the members from every political party. Our members might be affiliated with a different political ideologies and some are non-political too. But when it comes to the fundamental right, we united every political party in UK, and I'm proud to say that we have united all regional and national political parties who are affiliated to political parties in India to fight for our fundamental right first before even you start even thinking of supporting a political party.